True resignation. For much of my life, I confused resignation with mere endurance. When tough times hit, I'd sigh, grit my teeth and tell myself, well, it is what it is. I'd tolerate the hardship, seeing it as something to simply get through, a test of my patience. There was no joy in it, no sense of divine purpose, just a heavy acceptance. I thought I was being spiritual, that my quiet suffering was enough. Then I came across a profound message about true resignation to the divine will. It wasn't about simply submitting patiently, but about a cheerful approbation and thankful acceptance of everything that comes from God. It hit me like a revelation. It wasn't enough to just endure. I had to thankfully receive and fully approve of everything God's providence allowed in my life. This was a radical idea, far beyond my usual, somewhat begrudging acceptance. The text presented an analogy that pierced through my old way of thinking, a wise and good physician. If I trusted a human doctor with perfect wisdom and boundless care, wouldn't it be an insult to doubt his treatment, to complain about the bitter medicine he prescribed for my good? How much more, then, for God, whose wisdom, love, and goodness are infinite? Every reason I had to be patient with him, the message argued, was an even stronger reason to be thankful and approving. It was a logical progression. If I truly believed God was perfectly good and wise, then a thankful heart should be my natural response to everything he ordained. I realized I had been assenting to God's character with my head, but not with my heart. This new understanding cast a harsh light on my habit of complaining. The text stated plainly, "Whenever therefore you find yourself disposed to uneasiness, or murmuring at anything that is the effect of God's providence over us, you must look upon yourself as denying either the wisdom or goodness of God." My complaints, I suddenly saw, weren't just expressions of frustration. They were accusations against my loving Father. Every grumble was implicitly saying, "God, you got this wrong. You weren't wise enough, or kind enough, or good enough." This conviction was sobering. In that moment of clarity, I knew I needed a deeper change than I could muster on my own. I desperately needed to receive the grace the message spoke of. I prayed, my heart truly humbled. "God of infinite wisdom, forgive me for my murmuring heart. Grant me the grace to truly believe in your goodness, and to thankfully receive everything that comes from your hand. Help me to approve of your will, knowing that you are always working for my ultimate good. Amen." And by faith something shifted within me. It wasn't an immediate eradication of every negative feeling, but a profound reorientation of my spirit. I began to actively choose to approve of God's will, even when circumstances were painful or confusing. I started looking for the hidden grace, the wise hand, in every providential act. My complaints didn't vanish overnight, but they became less frequent, less bitter, and were increasingly replaced by moments of genuine gratitude. I was receiving the grace of a thankful heart in all circumstances, learning to see every situation not as an inconvenience to be merely endured, but as a deliberate, loving act from a God who truly knows what's best. My default was slowly, but surely, moving from passive endurance to active, cheerful gratitude.